How to buy a dog. Owning a dog is a very rewarding experience. Your dog can provide you with years of love, companionship, and loyalty. As rewarding as it can be to own a dog, buying a dog is a major decision requiring careful thought and consideration. There are many things to consider when deciding to buy a dog, so take the time to do your research before making the final decision. Choosing where to buy a dog. Find a reputable breeder. This is applicable if you are buying a puppy and are looking for a specific breed. It is essential that you find a responsible and ethical breeder. This will require you to do your homework, because there are many breeders, backyard breeders, who do not practice ethical breeding practices and just want to make some extra money. Ask your veterinarian and other dog owners for information on responsible breeders in your area. You can also visit the American Kennel Club website https://www.akc.org/ for a list of reputable breeders in your area. A responsible and ethical breeder will be happy to show you around the breeding facility and allow you to ask as many questions as you can think of. A reputable breeder will also have documentation of veterinary care and will provide you with a health guarantee and contract. Identify animal shelters and rescue groups in your area. If buying your dog through a breeder is not in your budget, consider adopting a dog through one of your local animal shelters or rescue groups. If you are not sure where to start looking, talk to your veterinarian and other dog owners for reputable animal shelters and rescue groups in your area. You can also do an online search to identify local animal shelters. Online resources include the Shelter Pet Project http://theshelterpetproject.org/shelters, Pet Finder, and Adopt a Pet http://www.adoptapet.com/. Adoption fees with animal shelters and rescue groups are usually low. Many animal shelters and rescue groups have websites where you can look at their adoptable pets. Visiting the websites would also let you learn more about the organizations themselves. Animal shelters have many mixed breed dogs, which typically have fewer health problems than purebred dogs. Animal shelters and rescue groups are good choices if you are looking for an adult dog. Visit your local animal shelters. Rescue groups tend to do foster care, temporarily housing dogs in people's homes, so they may not have a central facility for you to visit. Visiting the animal shelters in your area will give you a good chance to see the dogs in person and determine whether you are comfortable with how the shelter cares for the dogs. Be aware that visiting an animal shelter can be a very emotional experience for you. To keep your emotions under control, it may be helpful to bring a notepad with you and take notes as you see dogs that interest you. Some animal shelters have moved away from same-day adoptions to prevent impulse adoptions. Do not go in with the mindset that you will walk out with a dog. Prepare for multiple visits and an extended application process to make sure you and the dog are good fits for each other. During your visit, ask as many questions as you can think of. For the particular dog that you are interested in, ask about his medical history, veterinary care, and whether he has had a behavioral assessment. Ask about the food type of food, nutritional value the shelter is feeding the dogs. If you adopt from the shelter, you may want to continue feeding this same food or gradually transition your dog to a new food to avoid digestive upset. Inquire about the shelter's adoption fees. Adoption fees may be higher for puppies, kittens, and select breeds. Evaluate animal rescue groups. There are probably many animal rescue groups in your area. With so many to choose from, it may be challenging to know which ones are the most reputable. To determine if a rescue group is reputable, ask about its adoption process. A rescue group that does not require a potential dog owner to fill out an application, sign a contract, or undergo a home check is probably not very trustworthy. If the group does not have a central facility, ask if you can visit the foster home where the dog is currently staying. A reputable rescue group will be able to coordinate a visit at the foster home. An unreliable group may agree to set up the visit, but end up being unavailable when it's time for you to make the visit. Ask how the rescue group screens for potential foster parents and adopters. If there is no screening process, then the rescue group probably just sells the dogs to anyone who has money, something that is highly unethical. Inquire about the rescue group's finances. A reputable group will be forthright about the source of their donations and how they use the adoption fees. Do not buy a dog from pet store or directly off the internet. It cannot be emphasized enough that buying a dog from a pet store or off the internet is a bad idea. If you are in the market for a puppy, do not look for one at a pet store. Pet store puppies usually come from puppy mills that keep puppies in deplorable conditions. In addition, puppies from pet stores may develop serious behavioral and health issues later in life. Buying a dog directly from the internet, sight unseen, is not a good idea. You should always see the dog in person before deciding whether he is a good fit for you. Plus, a dog could suffer serious physical and emotional stress if he is being shipped to you from a long distance. Buying a dog directly from the internet, sight unseen, is not a good idea. You should always see the dog in person before deciding whether he is a good fit for you. Plus, a dog could suffer serious physical and emotional stress if he is being shipped to you from a long distance.